cute shaker banner was so easy to make using my Cricut. Hello, I am Katie from the craftyblogStalker.com, and if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. These are the supplies I am using today, as well as an SVG that I designed specifically for this project, and you will find a complete supply list with shoppable links in the description of this video and in the blog post. I will start in Cricut Design Space. I've already uploaded the SVG, I just need to add it to Canvas. Open Uploaded Images. There is my design. I'm going to add that to Canvas. As you can see, the file includes all of the letters and one banner. So we are going to have to make some changes to this file before it is ready to cut. The first thing I want to do is open my Layers panel and highlight the entire design and ungroup. But there's a couple changes I need to make to these banner flags before I duplicate or cut them. When designing files outside of Cricut Design Space, there is no way to assign lines certain function like cut and score. So they all just come in as cut. We have to manually change some of those lines to score. The first set we're going to do are these two little pieces here. Let me move these out of the way so you can see them a little bit better. This piece right here, this is what's going to go on the back of our banner to string it all together. And as you can see, these two little dashed lines come in as a cut. Those need to be a score. Make sure just those two little lines are highlighted. And we're going to go to Edit. We're going to change that basic operation to score. Now those are score. Then we need to attach those score lines to that rectangle piece with the holes in it. I'm going to highlight both of those pieces and attach. Now those score lines will go exactly where we need them to go. That heart shaped, that is also showing a cut. We don't want that as a cut. We want that as a score. Make sure only that piece is highlighted. Edit. Basic operation, and change that to a score and apply. We need to attach that piece to its back and attach. You'll notice in this design I have this green flag here that doesn't really match the rest of the design. This is what is going to be cut out of that acetate sheet. All of the other colors are coordinating to their color of cardstock, except that green is the acetate. Now, of course, you can customize this to any color that you want. It doesn't have to be a Valentine's banner. It could be a birthday banner or whatever. That is just how I am using it. I'm going to stack these back together just so they are easier to duplicate. For the word love, I need 4 of these banners. So I'm going to highlight all of them and duplicate 3 times, so I'll have 4 banners. I only need the letters for love, so I can go in and delete all of the other letters. There are all of our pieces for our banner. This banner can be resized as needed. Just make sure and highlight the entire design and resize as a group so that they are all still proportional to each other. I don't want to resize them. I want to keep them as is, so I will undo. I am ready to cut, so I'll click on Make It. Here is my mat preview where I can see my different mats. Here on my gold mat, I'm going to scooch these just a little bit closer together. I am working with an 8x10 sheet of paper. I just want to make sure that everything fits. Okay, those all look good. Click on Next. Most of my materials are a different material, so I cannot choose the same material setting for all layers. For this red mat right here, this is a cardstock. I'll choose cardstock, and here are my tools. Now I can load my mat and begin the cut when this light starts to flash. Here are all of the cut pieces to my banner so I can begin assembling. I am using this Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. I love this fine point tip, especially when working with these smaller pieces. So I'll just add the glue directly to the back, and then I can center that gold piece on top. I'll do that with all of my letter pieces. Then I'll repeat that with my banner shaped pieces as well. I'll add glue to the back of this banner shape. Again, loving that precision tip. And then I'll center it on top of that black banner piece. Next, I adhere the acetate sheet. This does have a protective layer on both the front and the back, so we'll need to remove those. I'll take one of my banner outlines and turn it over. Add some glue to that opening, to that inside edge. And then I can place that acetate sheet right on top. It is a little bit smaller than that black outline. I'll repeat that for all of my banner shapes. I'm going to cut this foam adhesive strip to go around the edge. You can see the embossed line that we need to line those strips up on. These foam strips on this roll are a little difficult to work with. You don't want to touch the sticky bottom because it's super sticky and it will actually stick to your fingers. Only touch the sides of the strip until it's adhered to the paper. I'm just gonna kind of line it up to measure carefully. Again, holding it by the sides, and then lay it down on my banner. I want to keep that as close to the line that I can because the width of this adhesive is about the same width as this black. So you want that black border to be able to cover up that foam adhesive. I'm going to do that all the way around. I also want to make sure that those foam strips butt right up against each other. When I put in that filling, if there's any holes, those rhinestones will just shake right out. I'm going to repeat this with all of my base pieces. Next is the fun part where we get to add filler to our shaker banner pieces. I want to add the same amount to each one. So I'm going to use this tablespoon scoop, but you don't have to measure. I'm just doing it to kind of keep them a little bit even. Carefully put those in there. I'll take one of my top window pieces with that acetate sheet in there. Carefully remove those little protective sheets from my sticky foam strips all the way around and place that on top. And there's all of our sparkles inside. I'll repeat that for my other pieces. Now I can glue my letters onto the front of each banner. I will use my precision craft glue to do that. You could lift these off with the foam strips, but I am just going to use the glue. Press them into place. Turn these over, and I'm actually going to reverse the order. So this is L-O-V-E. These little strips have a score line on them. You can get a bone folder, but I'm not gonna do that. Then add some glue and center that on the back. Just make sure that you are placing all of these in about the same place. I'll take my ribbon and I want a length longer than I need. Cut that off. Then string the ribbon through those holes. Now you could leave the ribbon just like this, but that makes it so these banner pieces can move, and when hung they will all slide together. I want to keep them evenly spaced. I will eyeball it. If you need to measure, that is totally okay. Then I'm going to take my glue and put it underneath where that ribbon is. Press the ribbon into that glue. I'll do that all the way down. Now that it's dry, I can finally reveal this cute shaker banner flag that says love. And I love the look of these rhinestones inside that banner, how they move around. That is so pretty. And this is perfect for Valentine's Day. And since all of the letters are included in that SVG file, you could really customize this banner to fit any occasion. I just love how it turned out. It is so cute. Make sure to visit thecraftyblogstalker.com to grab your own shaker banner SVG file. And thanks for joining me, everyone. Bye, and happy crafting.